Morning guys, welcome back to Stinson Farms. Hey, today is July the 22nd, it's Monday, and we are down on the creek on the farm, working up some ground that we're going to put a food plot in. The old creek bottom down here 30 years ago, all this was being cropped, and if you can see there behind me, the trees and everything, all that was open crop ground, and there's very little of it left, and they kept bush hogged, and this is a spot probably a half acre, maybe 3/4 of an acre altogether, and we're going to till this up and put a food plot in here. I'm not going to sow it right now, but I'm just getting it worked up. I got it all bush hogged down, and I let everything die down for a few days. And I'm gonna come in here now and I'm working it. Got my tiller, and we're gonna work this up to keep anything from growing back. Try to kill these weeds out. We'll probably work this a few times before we actually sow it. We'll probably sow it sometime in August. We're getting it worked up this morning. Just real slow and easy, not getting in a rush. Just chopping this ground up. We got a pretty good rain yesterday, it looks like up here, but it's not. This ground down here hasn't been worked in decades, so we're down here and it's working up fine. It's a little sticky, the dirt's sticking to the tires a little bit, but what we're doing, I think we're plenty dry. We've had a lot of Deere pressure on our soybeans, and the Deere numbers up here are pretty high, and we're going to try to two things. I'm trying to draw them away from the soybeans, get them down here a little bit. By the time we plant this year, that's not going to be a lot of help for this year, but I plan on this being something that we keep going. But we're going to get us a good little spot here for me and the grandkids to hopefully do some good deer hunting this fall. We'll put us a shooting house down here at the end. You'll see all of it before we're done. But we'll get us a shooting house down here at the end where we can see all the way up this lane. There's about a 1/4 acre down there that's a little open field we'll be in. And hopefully we can get us some deer in here. I know they'll be here. They're here all the time. Hopefully we can draw them into this spot. Of course, the crop fields make a pretty good food plot anyway, but I'd rather them not be eating that. This little lane here is about maybe 20 yards wide. It opens up down there on the far end. I'm not going to plant right up against the woods. I'll leave a strip around it where I can mow it. Well, Tiller's doing a fantastic job. Down here in this open, and I'll set the camera up where you can see what kind of job we're doing. So the creek runs right along through here. We're probably about 75 yards off the creek, and we've got this little opening here, and this was really grew up. Last year I come down here and I pulled a bunch of trees up out in here. They were about anywhere from little small trees up to 4 to 5 inches. We got them pulled up and opened this up, and I think it's gonna be a good little spot. We got some good bedding areas right up here above us. Cedar thickets, probably about I don't know, 6-8 acres I guess, or more, of cedar thickets up there that's really grew up. And again, the creek, if you go up here to the end, we're about 100 yards off the creek up there. Creek comes around and it gets a little closer to us here, but crop fields all on the other side of the creek, and then we got crop fields right up on top of the hill. So I think this is sitting in a really good little spot. It's going to take a little tillage to get her tilled up good, but it's working up. The ground's working up really loose, but it's got a lot of vegetation in here. So we'll get all that chopped up. Like I said, we'll probably hit it 2 or 3 times. We back got this little spot knocked out. It's just had to go real slow because of all the roots and the vegetation, but it's working up pretty good. But we'll let this lay here for a little while. I don't know, a few days, we'll come back and hit it again. I hadn't decided yet what we're going to sow down here. I know we'll throw some soybeans in here, but probably put some clover, some wheat or rye. It's a little early to sow turnips yet, but we may throw some turnips in. some of this twice because it was so heavy on the roots. It's small roots, but it's a lot of them. Trying to get them chopped up. Well, we've got over it all, most of it twice. Let that die out, dry out. I think we can come back and hit it again, and if necessary, we'll do it 3 times, but I don't know if it'll be necessary or not. It's pretty loose. I think we can get some little seed to grow in that. We'll have us a good food plot. Maybe a big fat deer. About November, October maybe. Well guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching the video. Just trying to get a little bit done, what I can do while I got time to do it. We're in between things, so I got a lot of odd end jobs to do, and all the crops laid by. So we're just trying to get some other things done in between time. Got a lot of mechanic work that I need to be doing on some of the equipment, and we'll get to that as well. But today I wanted to knock this out, and I'm gonna go put the tractor in the barn and go home and get started on something else. But guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. And as always, we'll see you next time.